Alright, thank y'all for rocking with me. Now, first of all, y'all here for defense. I gotta let you know that I can help you with just about everything, but there ain't no defense for shit like this. For everything else, though, fortunately, we got the 4-6. Now, I call this a defensive mindset ebook because defense is more than just setups. You can skip to the 16-minute mark if that's what you want, though. Defense is about observing, analyzing, and adjusting. Now, my base play is the cover 1 out of 4-6 bear under. I audible into it from 4-6 normal speed. Carl's are my go-to, but 5 out is so viable this year. You gotta respect the flats because that's where the running back's going if he's coming out most of the time. Now, I'm gonna set my defensive adjustments here. We'll go over that later on in the video. In game, I tend to do it too fast to really talk about it. I'm also gonna go ahead and throw that cover 1 in my bear under audibles, and then I'm gonna make sure I'm in the speed package in 4-6 normal, make some defensive substitutions, and then we'll see what he come out in. Now, this dude I played before, so I know in strong slot he likes to hit Devontae Adams on that post. But because I got Tyrann Mathieu, I can play out of position and kind of bait him a little bit. Tyrann's fast and agile, so he went away from the post, and I think he setting me up. That dig isn't too much harm, so I'm gonna keep the post in mind. Still not worrying about it. Let's see what he does here now. Gun slot. See, so this is where you gotta start thinking about the flats for sure, because all these split back offenses, those running backs come out. Yes, he's coming out, but he's not hitting him. He's still looking at Devontae on the post. See, so he likes Devontae over the middle of the field, so we got to keep that in mind. But now that it's second and short, I'm going to play hard flats because he has to have seen that I didn't have that the flats covered. And, I mean, he can pick up 2 yards if he plays one of his running backs to the flats. So we're going to put hard flats out there, even though it's second down, and see if he take advantage of that or if he try to take advantage of that. But we're going to be ready for him. So he should come back out in that split back set. That's just what I think he did here. Yeah, he does. So we're ready. We're going to put flats on both sides too. We just got to start figuring out his tendencies. Alright, see, so that running back's going to the flat and he got a screen coming the other way. We're going to blow that up. Alright, and now a lot of times right here I take a chance and don't play the hard flat because obviously if you're going to try it again, you're just wasting a down, right? You're going to be wasting 2 routes, in fact, if you're sending both your running backs out and they're hard flats there again. So he's been induced close. Heard him forward. This could be a run, but I tell you what, I would shade to the outside here with purples, and I will make sure I'm covering the middle myself. So let's see what happens. He's letting the clock run down nice, isn't he? Oh, you see my user there? Okay, so what happened? There are a couple different ways I like to bait people. One of them is to kind of bluff blitz or play down hard like I'm coming for the run and then get back into position. I tried to do that there and tripped up over my own teammate, but fortunately, my dudes was in position. Now this 4th down, we actually got to stop here. Unfortunately, the play cuts off right as dude catches the ball, but he actually catches it like a half a yard short. I turned the ball right over, and now we're into the next drive. So here we go, 1st and 10. And that's a good drag. He did a good job bringing that guy across the middle because I'm definitely pulling out of there and I'm sending my spot. So that's okay. Now, anybody that's playing the short to intermediate pass game or the run game, I'm okay with because I score a lot. So eventually you got to start playing my game. Eventually you got to start forcing it downfield. And then the other thing is, before these DBs on the field, eventually you're going to make a mistake if you got to pass the ball 12, 15 times to drive. These guys will take advantage of any mistake. These DBs in the 4-6 are just phenomenal. So let's see. 1st down at the 29. And the other thing too is we're getting a lot of information on your offense. If you gotta use as many places early, we're getting a lot of information. So, and like I said, it's about observing. We analyzing what he likes to do, and we adjust on defense. And that is what defense is all about. Once you learn that, and once you can slow the game down and say, okay, this is what he did when he was in this set or in that set, you can really start to counter as opposed to just setting up a defense and hoping that you good, you know? See, so I'm putting a vert there, kind of help out. And he's smart. He knows what he did the last time. Now I played the flats. He came in the middle. I played the middle. He went to the flat. So this is it. I like playing against guys like this because this makes it interesting. I like playing chess when my opponent's playing chess as well. It's no fun when they're playing checkers. But now look, when you get down here inside the 15, I'll start using hard flats a little bit more. Main reason is because passing gets hard for most people down here. So you're going to start taking advantage of those flats. You're going to start looking to those flats because passing just gets difficult when you get closer to the goal line. And the truth is, a lot of people don't lab their offenses inside here. Unfortunately, people are just so interested in these big plays and all that. So here we go. I'm going to put the half flats out there again. Let's see. Yeah, see, here comes that screen. That ain't going anywhere. So that's third and what, 11 or 12? Oh yeah, he about to run it here too. And this is good run D. You'll see the same setup is good run D. Now a lot of times when I think a run is coming, I'll just send a flat to the side that I think the run's going. So I wouldn't put up both flats, whether it's a curl or a hard flat. But I wasn't expecting it here. I was actually expecting a pass. But you see my guys, they lit that up. Now he goes ahead here and takes his 3. He seems like a smart Madden player, you know, like he ain't forcing anything. Not until he gets behind, because once I got ahead a couple of scores, and I'm pretty sure. Let's see, the next drive, yeah, see, so now I'm at 14-3, and this is what I was saying. So if you're gonna keep passing the ball, dropping 15 times a drive, we at the 2-minute warning now. I got the ball in the second half. You're gonna be behind big if you don't score right now. So can you afford to use that much time every drive? Let's see. You gonna run it? Yeah, I mean, right here you want to run the clock. Of course, you don't want to get a rock back to me. I think he might have, but that's neither here nor there. Now trips, I think I might have said in a different video, but trips, I will man up trips until you show me that you can beat it, and then I'll get into like a cover 9 or something like that. And I tend to shade inside a lot. I know the big thing in Madden is shading outside, but I shade inside a lot. But you see how we just handle that screen? That's going nowhere. Now let's see what he's coming out in now. Doubles HPB. Same with doubles. I'll man this. If I have trouble with it, I'll get into a cover 3 match. Now the tight end's open, he thinks. See now, that's the other way that I like to bait people. I'll be kind of strap with the offensive player, but I'll pretend like I'm moving somewhere else until the ball comes out the quarterback's hand. Then I'll make my move. And now here you go. I'm up 18 points now. So it's going to be hard for him to continue this short to intermediate pass game and actually catch up to me. So he's going to have to start passing the ball downfield. And now I got you right where I want you, because I'll take advantage of that all day long. I tell you what though, that type of stuff right there in real life gets you down laps and laps, and yo, man, you got left in the film room. Badger, you got to intercept that. All right though, here we go. Let's see if Badger can make up for it. He gonna run it? No, he gonna try to throw it, ain't he? And he got it out at the last minute. Matt is letting people get out of sacks with that, I tell you. But it's alright, because they also make you throw some stupid interceptions with that throw out of sacks, so I guess it balances it. Now he's in this split back. 3rd and 10 to go. I'm surprised I even put half of this out there. But you know what? To be honest, sometimes people get desperate. Yeah, see, we took that away. He know where to go. Now, I do, when I get ahead, sometimes tend to play too behind the play and try to keep it in front of me. So right there, that's something where if I was more aggressive, that would have been an easy pick. So that's one of the bad habits I had. But we got Rodgers all sorts of uncomfortable. Because like I said, he's trying to get down the field now. You're not going to have a lot of time because I got a little bit of heat coming, you know, that disengage. And then we got a lot of coverage. All these DBs are fast. You got all these tight ends on the field. You're not getting away from my DBs with tight ends. And there you go. There goes that mistake. Like I said, you're going to make a mistake eventually. And we're going to take advantage of it. So what we got? Okay, so this is the same dude. This was actually the first time we played. And this is just 2 quick things I want to show. And this is all about adjustment. And it's about as obvious as it gets. He going to smoke me on this first one. Because I made a fundamental error. When I start a game, because this is the first drive of the game. When I start a game, I have to be careful. And I have to play the middle. Because that's where this defense is weak. I have no zones in the middle and it's all man. So if a man route comes over the middle and beats any of my computer defenders, I'm dusted. And that's what he did with Devontae there. And he absolutely smoked me. And he started dancing and all that shit. And I deserved it because I was playing stupid, you know? But I tell you what, the next time he had to rock, because I know what he beat me with, Watch where I start with Badger. I start with Badger on the opposite side of the field, down by the line of scrimmage. So his eyes must light up because he's thinking, man, this is an easy 7 again. Well, like I said, that's one of the ways I like to bait you. See, so look, Badger where he's supposed to be now. Watch me move him. And I know dude sees me moving him, and he gotta be happy as a pig in mud when he sees me moving him. He can't snap the ball fast enough. Look at him. And because he's rushing to get the ball snapped, he don't even see me getting back there. Man, that's my ball, baby. So that's just, like I said, we got to analyze. We got to adjust. So now we got a game against the Saints. Here we go setting up our adjustments. So this is the beginning of the game against the Saints. And of course, we're going to set that audible. We're going to set our speed package. And if we have time, we'll make our substitutions. Sometimes I got to make my substitutions on the second snap. Alright, so we'll be seeing some heavy stuff. And I think this dude likes to run. But it's another one where eventually he's going to have to start passing it. So wing tight. He come with it again. Oh, he gonna go to iPhone close in a minute too. Y'all gonna love this iPhone close. We blow this shit up. Alright, so he got a first down on those 2 runs, so that's fine. I don't sweat myself over short runs. Like I said, we're gonna keep picking up information, gathering information on your offense. So if you're gonna run the ball, we're gonna see how much you run the ball when you're behind 2 and 3 scores. And this iPhone close is about to get lit up. So come on, keep running it, baby. Keep running it. I don't got a problem with that at all. 2nd and 11. Let's see if we can't get him to pass it. Let's see. Gun doubles. And now with runners, I'm not afraid of your passing game at all. I'm gonna man you up all game long. Come throw them slants at me. That's what runners like. Runners like to throw slants. They don't got much else. Yeah, we take the slant away, and we in his face. So that's clean. 3rd and 21 on your own 23 is ugly too. Empty. Did I go cover 4 drop? Yeah, it looks like it. So when I switch to zone, I tend to change my coaching adjustments, obviously. And then I'm gonna go to cover 4 drop most likely against empty. Oh look, I stayed in man. And that's the other thing I'll do. I'll use man a lot against it as well. I believe in Man D this year. Man D just gets it done this year. And he's gonna... Oh, this is an interception. Yeah, you throwing into traffic. Come on now. But that's what you get from runners, man. That's what you get from runners. They can't throw. 3rd and 21, ain't no runner throwing that. They tend to have 1 or 2, and they're gonna force it. They don't have 2 and 3 reads. So here we are. 14-13, actually. This game's real close still. Let's see what we got. Yeah, wing tight. Oh, this is a 2-point conversion I'm showing, I think. Alright, so I'm going to show you the 3 ways I like to play 2-point conversions. I never play the run. I let my team play the run. I'm always looking for the slants. Because if they're not running it, they're trying to throw that, and I'm going to take that. So I'll use the inside blitz. I'll use the rush outside. Those are both out of 4-6 normal. Or if you're in an obvious passing situation, I'll use a blitz out of 3-4 bit. Like pinch Mike, pinch zero, pinch Buck, one of those. So I'm going to show 2 more. And he will, yeah, so see, he's in bunch quads. So I'm sending a blitz out of 3-4 bit. And I'm just going to smack him in the motherfucking mouth. There you go. Bang. There's no way you're going to come empty backfield. And now this is inside blitz. This is actually my favorite. This is my favorite for 2-point conversions, and even run D. Like if I know what run's coming, I'm gonna be there, and I'm gonna lurk any quick passes, and I'll let my dudes play the run. Now some things I like to do out of cover 4. Quite often I always use cover 4 against drop. No, I shouldn't say always, but I use it a lot. So quite often I'll come out in cover 4, I'll put the clouds out, and I'll leave it. I won't make too many other adjustments. Now, you come right back to it, you say, okay, yeah, that worked. So I'll either switch to Madden or change some of my zones. Now, you still got your cover 4 offense here. See, a lot of times people don't make too many adjustments. When you make adjustments, you got guys who's just going to say, okay, I'll just make a different read. Or you haven't been running empty all game. if you don't run empty all game, you don't have a lot going on at empty. So you ain't gonna switch it up too much. But once I switch up my defense, it causes trouble. So now here, okay, this is one where I ran cover 4 drop stock, and then he was able to see. I'm pretty sure it's Kamara. Yeah, see, Kamara gets in that seam. He's able to see it, and he's able to realize that my 4 deep safeties are just dropping back. So he comes back again, thinking he can get Kamara there. I know he's thinking it. And shit, I seen it too. It was wide open. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that inside quarter and turn it into a third, and he passes the rock right to me. But see, these are just little things you do. Just little things you do. You observe, you analyze, you adjust, you dominate. That's what it is, baby. We getting out here and we dominating. And it takes time. It isn't as easy as just a setup. We're going into practice now, so I'll show you my setups. I'll show you my depth chart. Now the depth chart, the only thing I change in here is my DBs. Everything else I change in game. So I'm gonna take Breland out because he's slow as hell. I bring Brown in at the number 4. The number 3 tends to be a linebacker, so I put my free safety there actually, and I swap Thorner with Thompson. I've been putting Breland at free safety now. So that's all the adjustments. Like I said, that's all the substitutions I make right here. I gotta switch to defense, don't I? All right. So the coaching adjustments that I make when I'm in man, I want to be matched up by speed. I want auto flip turned off. We're gonna do it right now. I'll show you. And like I said, throughout the game, I actually change it a lot. Like if I come in the zone, I'm changing it. So I turn auto flip off. Cornerback matchup by speed. Option defense, always conservative. Curl flats 25. That's where I start every game. Then I come into bear under. I take out gap press, put in cover 1. I go to 4-6 normal. I'm gonna switch to speed. And I want to put a linebacker where 92 is. So right of screen. I want to put one here too, but I only have one available to me. So for the time being, the only change I make is putting in my boy Willie. I come out and cover 1 hole. The truth is, the Chiefs defense isn't that great, but having Tyrann Mathieu as a user, let me tell you, it makes up for a lot, man. He's an amazing user. All right, and then 4-6 bear, cover 1's always there, so I like cover 1 there. I'll put rush outside where cover 1 hold is. And I usually don't make that change right away. The rush outside, I usually put him when I need it, because I don't use it a lot. So I use 3-4 bear. Like I said, I use pinch my go, pinch buck go. A lot of times in 2-point conversion situations, or when I really want to send heat, but you just can't send heat that often in this game. It's too easy to beat. I use cover 9 show 2, cover 4 drop, and cover 3 match butts. But when I'm doing, so this is me showing you that when I'm in zone, any of those zones, I'll switch my adjustments back up. Now I'm gonna come out and just show you what my base setups are for all these things. It's nothing too complicated. It's all straightforward. So we'll go get some random deep pass. Let's put the ball on a hash. I always put the ball on a hash, offense or defense, and I tend to drop it right here every time on my own 30 on the left hash. Unless I need the trips on the other side for some reason, I'll go on the right hash, but I'm always on my own 30. So I move over I do my audible. I put up with my purples. I spy my middle linebacker. You see I'm doing every move one bit at a time so you can see it. This is pressing the whole defense. And then I'll shade up and either inside or outside. I blitz myself and I contain. So that's the setup. That is the setup for the base defense. Now I don't always press the defense. Sometimes I leave them, like if I'm facing the Seahawks and they lock it over there. Sometimes I leave my DBs off. I don't always press them. Now, other setups. So here we go. I'll do it again. This time we're looking at empty. So I see that purple. I actually don't mind him dragging across the formation. He does some interesting things like covering drags and things. But I know I gotta watch the tight end if I'm leaving him out there. And so this is the same setup. Now he'll snap it. I'm watching the tight end. And there we go, yeah. And there's always gonna be a weak spot in your defense. I mean, that's just the reality of it. But it's just to show you what the setups are. And a lot of times against empty, I wouldn't even be in 4-6. A lot of times I'd be in a nickel cover for drop. So now sometimes I leave the DBs manned up. The halfbacks manned up if he's playing to the flats, and I'll put up half flats if he's beating me out there. So I make all the other adjustments, but I don't put my spy out, and I turn my purples into half flats. That's something I do regularly. And because of muscle memory, I just make them purples and then half flatted, as opposed to making them half flats. It's just easier. Of course, you can do it however works for you. You can make them half flats one time. So here we are with the purples again. And now, when you have to spy out, you want to click in to send a spy once your defensive line engages with the offensive line. Right now, I'm gonna go ahead and show something else. Let's see what we're showing now. Oh, we're showing it against the run. So I think I mentioned earlier that against the run, quite often I'll send one flat out, and it'll be to the side where I'm suspecting the run is going. Oh, and of course, I mean, I'm not always right, but that's what I'll do. Now with bunch, you got a lot of screens. I do the same thing with screens. So with bunch, you got guys using screens a lot. You got guys doing that end around nonsense. See, so here goes one of those, and well, it should have gotten blown up. I still got blown up. Yeah. So literally same setup, same defense. Works pretty good against most runs. If I find them struggling against a run, I'll get them to inside blitz. If I have a quarterback who's running it a lot, I show that in a minute. Actually, I'll actually get into 4-6 bear cover one, and no adjustments. That's serious. It just I light up Lamar Jackson with it all the time. The earlier defensive video I put out that a few of y'all commented on, actually, that's what I was using to light up Lamar Jackson. I wasn't in bear under, I was in bear, but I was still audibling from 4-6 normal, and I always come out and cover one hole in 4-6 normal before I audible. See, so now I think the run's going to the right of screen. We've adjusted for it, and he's actually coming right up the middle. Yeah, see, so there's nothing all that fancy or special about this, but what I will tell you is that your user has to be good. You'll find yourself making a lot of user tackles. So it's not just in coverage. Your user has to play defense against the run. Your user has to get down there against screens. Like you really gotta get your user involved. It takes the game or your defense to another level when you can actually really get involved and make plays. And that's why using somebody like Tyrann Mathieu, man, I can't say it enough. It feels like I got one of the Madden 19 users again, you know? No, not these stuck in the mud linebackers. So against strips, I'll use this weak side safety. And I tend to pinch the defensive line, spread them out, contain, and spread my linebackers. Crash them out, contain. I crash the defensive line out, sorry. Spread my linebackers. And now I'm looking from 1 to 2 to 3, or 3 to 2 to 1, looking at the receivers crossing the field. That's my first objective, is to watch the receivers crossing the field. Now, I'll use a QB spy. If the QB's getting out, I'll man up the halfback if he's putting the halfback out, because there's some weak spots in his defense. So if you're putting the halfback out, I'll man him up, and then I'll man up the tight end. And then I'm really watching the other side of the field. I'm watching these guys cross. So these are just all adjustments I make depending on what my opponent's doing. He gonna keep running it. I'm gonna have to call a pass for him. This is frustrating. Okay, let's do it again. And I don't always man up the tight end. Sometimes I'll leave that quarter out there. Sometimes I'll put that dude in a soft squad. But the running back, if he hitting the running back, I gotta man him up. And I actually find myself using this cover 9 less and less now. The man deep really does get the job done, but you're going to every now and again come across somebody who can really pass the rock, and you don't got a choice but to use this zone. Now let's see. We don't got a run one. See, I put a soft squad out there this time. Yeah, and I do change it up. You gotta keep him guessing. God damn, he running still. Yeah, I'm about to go to pass for him. Alright, come on now. Let me show you what this thing does against the pass. It's nothing phenomenal, but it's just good solid zone coverage. So you can go back in trips, because that's the only time I use cover 9. Crosser would be nice, but I won't do wide corner because I want to get everybody out. Alright, so we're going to man up the running back because he's coming out. Did I man up my user by mistake? That's not what I want. Okay, there we go, that's better. Just put my user on the spot now. So I gotta watch these guys coming across. And that quick hit, yeah, if that's what you're taking against me, I'll give you that. Absolutely, but I can't let you get over top. Like I said 3 or 4 times already, if you're gonna think and dunk against my defense, feel free to think and dunk against my defense. And you're gonna be thinking and dunking against a 21-point deficit, and I'm gonna be sitting back laughing at you while you gain 5 yards. Alright, other things. I use big nickel over G, cover 3 buzz match because I want to get one of them. I use one of the hooks, and buzz lets me make that hook a safety. I really don't like using linebackers. Terribly slow. So I'm using buzz match when I'm looking at doubles or spread, because the matching principles pretty much apply when you got receivers on the outside. So look, we running again. The computer's really trying to get my eyes, man. Come on now. Pass the rock. Now the hook card's supposed to be looking for crosses coming from the opposite side. This is unbelievable. Did I put on random run? I didn't put on random run. No, I put on random spread. Come on now. Here we go, we're gonna pass now. DV's coming out. Oh, that's not bad defense. But anyway, I mean, it's cover 3 match. Y'all seen it before. But like I said, I'm watching courses from the opposite side. That's supposed to be me. He actually would have smoked me right there.